say generation. Awabakahan by Yahweh by Yasha'Allah.
Awabakahan by Yahweh by Yasha'Allah.
Salam Yahweh Shem Hashem Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Hashem Barakatah.
Yasha'Allah to Israel. Up and down, which means arise, turn face east. We go through the prayers. What's called Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Sorry.
Abanau.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Labka. Abba. Ratzai. Ayah. Asha. Maratza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashmai. Abelana. Come. Ka. Yawam. Wasalatna. Kawatina. Wasalatna. Kawatina. Walaha. Kabiana. Panasai one, Abo, Awashana, Ayah, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalaka, Wa'al, Wakbar, Amalana, Amen. Lord's prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts. We forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Yahweh, Shemi Haushah, Wabakashah, Mathalana, Aka, La Ba'a, Ka Magala, Ka Marawa, Haka, La Tahar, Hamatazariah, Haka, Hakim, Hamaki, Haka, Hakawa, Atamala, the Garsham, by Shemi Haushah, the Waman. In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to clean the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushua. Wa Maka'ala. Wa Lahaya. Tazabaya. Alawapia. Alawapia. Hasaranya. Hakosayoyi. Hayakoyoyi. Wa Kawapi. Yahweh. Shemi Yahushua. Blessing in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushua. And Michael. And the angels. Commander Junior Hunter. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalm 121. Asha, Hayanya, Ahari, Mahayana, Yaba'a, Azari, Arayan, Lahau, Masha, Shemaya, Haratza, Hayatan, Lamawat, the God, Ayanuam, Shamara, Hanala'a, Yanuam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Yashmar, Yahweh, Zazar, Ayah, Yamdi, Yawamam, Yashamash, Layaka, Ayara, Layala, Yahau, Yashamar, Garai, Yashamor, Asmapaska, Yahau, Yashamor, Kaza, Wala, Ayata, why that we learn? In the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasharal shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and thee forevermore.
Psalm 83.
Alahaya, Atamra, Gatakarash, Al-Tashquat, Al-Hayana, Babiab, Yamawan, Yash, Al-Yamaka, Yamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Al-Tazawa, Al-Tazapamuk, Arawa, Yakwa, Akakid, Makawa, Al-Yaskor, Chum Yashal, Ka, Raha, Yaratza, Abba, Yakanwa, Yayaka, Ariya, Yakaratu, Ayah, Yanawa, Yashamat, Ayan, Wababa, Wagari, Wabal, One, Lamalat, Yayashat, Yabashabi, Yadawa, Yadashwa, Yalawa, Aman, Alawa, Zarwa, Banawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Abadi, Dasharai, Yabia, Amakal, Akashua, Shabwa, Adaira, Ayawa, Yaman, Naharaba, Yawatambu, Yarala, Yaraba, Yarala, Wakazabak, Wakazal, Malai, Kamna Shamu, Asha, Amarak, Dairash, Anawash, Daiwa, Al-Hayam, Wahala, Shabatamu, the Gaul, the Quash, Kwayoka, Karash, Kabiira, Kalaba, Salah, Arian, Karadamba, Ashari, Wabasha, Mapath, Damhala, Wala, Apaya, Dalawan, Wadakwashi, Shimka, Yahau, Yabashu, Wailawa, Awai, Daiba, Wadai, Daidarwa, Dayata, Shimka, Yahau, Abat, Ayawa, Alkazuaza. In the English, keep not thy silence. O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still. O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yashala may be in no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Assure also, and join with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Say loud. Do unto them, unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Keson, with perish in Endor. They came at dung for the earth. Make their nose like a red, and like Sahel. Yea, all their princes, as Sabbath, and as a mullah, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. Oh Yahweh, make them like a wheel, and stumble for the wheel, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy stone. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
You shall be seen. You shall. Last week, of course, we're in the book of Genesis. As we book of Genesis, we started off, we stopped at Genesis 20 and 3. All right, we're going to pick up, of course, in Sabbath service fashion. We're going to read 7 verses. All right, times 7 is 49 verses. And we're going to read in the Assyrian. All right, and then in the Assyrian Hebrew, then we're going to read in the English. All right, if you're at home, you can follow along. Download the Blue Letter Bible if you want. And you got any questions, type in the chat. All right, we're going to pick up from there.
Even if it's low in here, it's loud going out.
All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 20. Verse 3 in the Hebrew. Wayaba'ah alahayim al Amal Yamalak Bakalawam Haya Laya'ah Wayamar Lawa Hanak Matha Al Aisha Ashar Lakokath Wahaya Bayalath Baal. Don't let me go past it. Right here. We'll stop it.
Okay.
All right. Wa'aba Malak, La'a, Kwaraba, Alaya, Waya Amar, Adanaya, Agawaya, Gam, Tazadayak, the Awaga, Hala'a, Hawa'a, Amor, Laya, Akataya, Hawa'a, Waha, Wahaya'a, Gam, Hawa'a, Amaraha, Akaya, Hawa'a, Batayam, Lababaya, Wabana Kwayan, Kapaya, Ashayataya, Za'ath, Wa Amor, Alayawa, Alahai, Alahayam, Bakalam, Gam, Anakaya, Wadaataya, Kaya, Batayam, Lababaka, Ashrayath, Za'ath, Wa'akashak, Gam, Anakaya, Awathyan. Makatawa, Laya, Al, Khan, La'a, Nathayalak, Lanaga'ai, Alayaha, Wa'ai Thaya, Hashabah, Ashath, Ahayash, Kaya, Nabaya'a, Awa'a, Wayatapalala, Bayadaka, Wakaya'a, Uslaki, Wa'am, Ayana'ad, Mashayaba, Da'ai, Kaya, Mawath, Tamawath, Atha'a, Wakala, Ashar, Lana, Waishakam, Abayamalak, Baba Kwa'ar, Wayakrawa'a, Lakala, Abadayawa, Wayadabar, Ath, Kal, Adabarayam, Ha'ala'a, Banazayam, Wayara'al, Ha'anashayam, Amor, was 9. Wayakrawa'a, Abamalak, La'abaraham, Wayamor, La'a, Maha, Ashayath, Lana'a, Wama'a, Kata'athya, Lana, Kaya, Aba'ath, I'll, Wa'il, Mamalakathya, Kata'a, Garala'a, Ma'ashayam, Ashor, La'a, La'ashawa, Ashayath, Amadayah. And that's, you can start back at Genesis chapter 20, verse 3, English, read down to 9.
Come on. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 20 and verse 3. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, Behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife.
All right, stop right there. So if in this these 7 verses that brother just read in the Hebrew, we're gonna break down and show that this was Abraham going into a land, right? And he coming up against Abimelech, which is a king, a man of power. And he did something because he was being very he had perceived what type of man, you know what I'm saying, that Abimelech was as a king and the type of kingdom that he was going into. And so in this story, you're gonna find out, you know what I'm saying, how, you know, as a man trying to avoid any hiccups or headaches, you know what I'm saying? Remember that they were just coming to, you know, going through the land and looking for a place just to kick it for a minute. But you're gonna find out what type of, you know what I'm saying? Don't be so I don't know. Sometimes you gotta let it play out sometimes. Right. So in this story, you're gonna find out how everything played out and how the Lord was with Abraham during his journey. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 4. But Abimelech had not come her Slakia near her. And he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation?
Right. So here it is. Here's Abimelech saying, wait a minute. What's going on here? This is a righteous nation. You understand? Abraham didn't know nothing about this. That's why he was saying that this woman, Sarah, was his sister. Read on.
Khan. Said he not unto me, she is my sister. And she, even she herself said, he is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocence of my hands have I done this. Verse 6, and God said unto him in a dream, yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her. Verse 7, now therefore restore the man his wife.
Right. So here it is. You don't even touch this woman. You understand? I know what they told you, but I'm gonna honor the integrity because you wouldn't have done this if they wouldn't have said what they said to you. So therefore, don't you touch it. Right? Read on.
For he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know that, Slakia, know thou that thou shalt surely die.
Now, all these things that I just told you, now you can be obedient or disobedient. If you be obedient, then this man gonna pray for you. You know what I'm saying? He's a prophet. But if you be disobedient, what it say? You gonna what? Surely die. You know what I'm saying? It just like these brothers out there seeing these sisters that they'll tell you, I got a man. The brother like, so what? What your man got to do with me? I got a man. Y'all remember that song? So what? What your man? But just telling you, right? The Lord is against the man that would sleep with a married woman. You understand? Read on, brother.
Thou and all that thou, Slakia, thou and all that are thine. Verse 8, therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ears. And the men were sore afraid.
They were what?
Sore afraid.
They were so afraid, man. Because they understood then the power of the Lord. You understand? Now it's like a commonplace thing for a brother to have sex with a married woman or a woman that has a boyfriend or a friend thing. What they call it now, the sneaky link and all this other stuff that's going on. These men were afraid of the thing that could happen to them if Abimelech slept with this woman or kept this woman. And that's what he did. And that's what we have to do as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? As a righteous nation of people, we got to call out and say, wait a minute, this woman has a husband. Don't touch her. You know what I'm saying? Because if we understood them, if we know who the Most High is, so that way you should never put your hands on a married woman, meaning lay down and sleep with her. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 9. Then Abimelech called Abraham, and said unto him, what hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee? That thou hast brought unto me and my kingdom a great sin. Thou hast done that has done deeds unto me that ought not be done.
Right. He said, I ain't doing it against you, man. Why you even bring this to my doorstep? Why you sit this on me? You know the type of thing that the Most High Power would do to us if I had slept with this woman that you said was your sister. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. What have I done to you to offend you for you to lie to me like that? Right? All right, go ahead, Kawal.
This is a book of Genesis, chapter 20 and verse 10 in Hebrew. Wa'amar, Abamalak, Al, Abaraham, Maha, Wa'ayath, Kaya, Ashayath, Ath, Hadabarah, Haza'ah, Wa'amar, Abaram, Kaya, Amarathia, Rakak, Ayan, Yara'ath, Alahayim, Bamakwak, Wa'am, Haza'ah, Wagara, Naya, Al, Dabara, Ashataya, Wagam, Amanaha, Akataya, Bath, Abaya, Hawa'a, Ak, La'a, Bath, Amaya, Watayaya, Laya Sha'a, Wayahaya, Kashor, Hathaiwa, Athaya, Alahayim, Babayath, Abaya, Wa'amor, La'a, Zaha, Kasarakat, Ashar, Thaishaya, Amadaya, La'a, Kal, Hamakwakwan, Ashar, Nabawa'a, Shamaha, Amoria, Laya, Akaya, Hawa'a, Wayakwak, Abamalak, Tazawan, Wabakwa'ar, Wa'ar Badaram, Washabakwak, it's like it. Washapakta, Wayathan, Labaram, Wayashab, Lana, Ath, Shara'a, Ashatawan, Wa'amor, Abayamalak, Anaha, Haratazaya, Lapanyanak, it's like it. Lapanayad, Atawab, Ba'ayin Alad, Shabbat, Wala Shra'a, Ashar, Anaha, Nathathaya, Alata, Kasat, Laha, it's like it. Laha Yakak, Anaha, Awa'a, Laka, Kasawath, Ayanawam, Lakala, Ashar, Athak, Wa'ath, Kal, Wanakatha. Read down to what, 17? 16. That was 16.
Verse 10. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, because I thought, surely the fear of God is not in this place. And they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet indeed, she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife.
Hold on, Salak. This is what we saw earlier, right? Abraham was being, the word that I was looking for, presumptuous. You know what I'm saying? As a priest and prophet of the Lord, you cannot be presumptuous. You understand? You got to go through, and we have to have the honor and integrity when we go forth and do things. And we got to allow the people to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, state your cause. You know what I'm saying? Let me feel you out. I know what I live by. What do you live by? And then, you know what I'm saying? That was Abraham being presumptuous because he was being afraid. You understand? He, you know what I'm saying? He know the type of evil that is in the world. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 13. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, this is my kindness, which thou shalt show unto me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, he is my brother. And Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants, and gave them unto Abraham.
That's right. Because he realized that Abraham was trying to be a brother. You understand? And brothers out there, if you have a real wives, however you may put it, guess what? She is your sister. You understand? You got to remember that when you look at at your woman, you teach her like you would teach a sister. Though she is your wife and your ribs, she is still your, you know what I'm saying? She's your sister, and you have to look out for her like a sister. Meaning, there are some things that could harm your sister that she just may not be aware of it. And sometimes, I know women gonna piss you the hell off, and you be like, whatever happens to you, happened to you. You can't rock like that. You just gotta teach them, even though they can be stubborn sometimes, and they gonna fight against you just like a sister would do. But we have to have the strength to be like, you know what, sis, you still my sister. You know what I'm saying? I got you, and that's how you gotta rock on. This is what Abraham was saying. Like, yeah, we married, but she my sister. You know what I'm saying? So he perceived he was being very presumptuous that because of the beauty of his wife. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you go into a strange land and you got a bad broad with you, you know what I'm saying? You got a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? You got a 10-piece bunker, y'all. So you looking like, ooh, wee, boy, I know they're gonna be mad at me in here. Hey, listen, just tell them we kinfolk, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord straightened all that out, you know what I'm saying, and did this thing in a righteous manner. And because the Lord is in control of all things, he also seen and came to this man, Abimelech, in a dream. And Abimelech understood it. He followed he was obedient to the power. And guess what? He said, you know what? Therefore, I'm going to do what? I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you the sheep. I'm going to give you the oxen. I'm going to give you everything that you need so that way y'all can be prosperous in my land, because I know that thou art a prophet. You understand? Read on.
And restored him Sarah, his wife.
And he gave his wife back. Go ahead.
And Abimelech said, behold, my land is before thee. Dwell where it pleaseth thee. And unto Sarah he said, behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes.
He's a what?
A covering of the eyes.
He's a what?
A covering of the eyes.
This man has seen that, okay, this is a righteous brother. And he's telling this sister, yeah, I see what he was willing to do for you. You understand? He was willing to do this for you because he cared for therefore he is your what? He's your covering. Sisters out there, y'all don't understand. So all this, sometimes in the world you are taught like to be a bitch. Sometimes is how you get your man's attention. That is not how you get your man's attention. Your man is your covering in that house. Meaning anything that could go wrong, guess what? He can make sure that everything is okay. It's brothers that's in the earth that don't need instructions to put things together. Guess what? They'll get it done. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're looking for your husband to be. You know what I'm saying? But also, it may lean a little bit, our bar, you know what I'm saying? But it's getting done. And sometimes you just got to trust and know that the Lord is with you and your husband, and know that he is your covering. And that's what this king is telling Sarah. Go ahead.
Unto all that are with thee, and with all other. Thus she was reproved.
Verse 17.
This book of Genesis, chapter 20, verse 17. Wayath pa'alala Abraham al ha'ala hayam Wayath pa'a ala hayam ath Abamalayak wa'ath Ashata wa'ah Wamaya Athyan Wayaladan Kaya I Taza'ar I Taza'ar Yahweh Ba'ar it's like it Ba'id Kal Wakam Labayath Abalamayak Al, double R, Shara'a, Ashath, Abaram, Wayahawa, Pakwad, Ath, Shara'a, Kashor, Amor, Wayaash, Yahweh, Lasharaha, Kashor, Daborah, Wathaha'ar, Wathalad, Shara'ah, La Abraham, Ban, La Zakwak Yana, La Mawa'id, Ashar, Dabarah, Athawa, Alahayam, Wayakwara, Abraham, Ath, Sham, Banawa, Anawalad, Lawa, Ashar, Yalada'a, La'a, Sharaha, Yatazakak, Wayamala, Abraham, Ath, Yatazakakwa, Banawa, Ban, Shamanath, Yamayam, Kashor, Tazawa'a, Athawa, Alahayim, Wa Abraham, Ban, Ma'ath, Shanaha, Ba'awalad, Lawa, Ath, Yatazakakwa, Banawa. Going to verse 6. Verse 6, okay. Wathamor, Shara'a, Tazakakwa, I, Sha'a, Laya. Oh, verse 5? Okay. Go ahead. That was 5.
Verse 17. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife.
All right, so Salaki, then this was the Most High told Abimelech, but this is a prophet that could pray for you and heal you. So, Abimelech had been afflicted by something. You understand? You read back into it, you get into it. But he was afflicted with something, and he did what he was asked to do. He let Sarah go back, and Abraham did pray for Abimelech, and Abimelech was healed. All right, go ahead.
Khan, and his maidservants, and they bare children. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech.
Go ahead.
Because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Genesis chapter 21 and verse 1. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son.
Now you got to remember this what this is talking about, the prophecy that was given to Sarah, and was saying that she was going to bear a son even in her old age. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, she laughed and like, should I have pleasure that come with with age and something along that line. She, a woman get older, she don't think that she think the body ain't stable like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? And even at her age, she understood like my body ain't what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord had given her a word, and that's what we have to rely on. When the Lord speaks in His words and in these scriptures, it's going to come to pass. You got to stop with your simple way of thinking and your small understanding of how the Most High work. When He said it, it's going to happen. It's just like us knowing that one day that this sky is going to crack, and them angels going to come out there, and it's going to be a day of reckoning. You understand? And this is our hope. So this is what Sarah was just, damn, this day did come, but she didn't understand it when she did first receive the prophecy, right? So go ahead, brother.
In his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac.
So this was a prophecy that what? It did come true. All right. It did happen. Go ahead.
And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him.
Verse 6. Wathamar Shara'a Tazakakwa Asha'a Laya Alahayim Kal Hashamai Ya Tazakakwa Laya Wathamar Maya Malala Lahabara'am Hanaya Kwaka Banayam Sharaha Kaya Layadathia Ban Lazakwaknaya Wayagabal Hayalad Wayagamal Wayaash Abraham Mashata'ah Kadawala Bayawam Hagamala'a Ath Yatazakakwa Watara'a Sharaha Ath Ban Hagar Hamatazarayam Ashar Yadalaha La Abraham Matazadakwa Wathamar La Abraham Garash Hama'ah Haza'ath Wa'ath Bana'ah Kaya La'ah Yayarash Ban Hama'ah Haza'ath Ain Banaya Ain Yatazadakwa Wayara'ai Hadabara Ma'ad Ba'anayana Abraham Al Awadath Banawa Wayamar Alahayim Al Abraham Al Yara'ai Ba'ayanadak Al Yana'ara Wa'al Amath Kal Ashar the Amor Alayad Shara'ah Shama'ai Bakwala'ah Kaya Bayatazak Kwa Yakwa'ah Laka Zara'ai.
Verse 9. And Sarah saw the son, no, Salakia. Verse 6. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all will, Salakia, so that all that hear will laugh with me. And she said, who will have said unto Abraham that Sarah would have given, Salakia, would have given children suck? for I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast in the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian.
All right, so you gotta remember now. So this prophecy did come. This child was born. Isaac was born, and at how old at her age? You know what I'm saying? She would offer her what the thing? Her nursing to her son. You know what I'm saying? This is thing. It said the child gave suck, so the child grew. Even at her old age, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh man, I'm still able to nurse my child until the child was what, weaned, meaning weaned from what, the breast or the milk, if I may. You understand? From smaller things. All right. It said we're weaned. Go ahead, brother.
Which she had born unto Abraham,
Go ahead.
mocking. Verse 10.
Oh, did you skip something out?
Law, sir.
Yeah, that was 9.
All
right. So in this verse here, I remember that Hagar was the handmaid, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptian. And guess what? She was mocking Sarah, you know what I'm saying? Imagine a old woman seeing a young sister. You know, it don't necessarily give her age, but what it does say that Sarah was a woman of age. You understand? And maybe this handmaid must have been a younger sister. And imagine a younger sister making fun of an elderly sister. You know what I mean? Oh, you breastfeed your son, your breast sagging over there. You understand? So she mocking her like, you old lady. You know what I'm saying? So she mocking her, right? Go ahead.
Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman.
She said what?
Cast out this
bondwoman. So Sarah's mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? She is through with it. You know what? You get this bondwoman, mean this slave woman, this woman of you know what I'm saying, lack of substance, because she don't have no dignity and honor to even understand the prophecy that the Lord had gave her. You understand? She couldn't even see that that this was a miracle from the Most High, that even at her age she was able to bear a child. And here you are mocking this. You know what I'm saying? Get her out of here. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
Cast out this bondwoman.
Do what?
Cast out this bondwoman.
Yeah, get her out of here. Go ahead.
And her son.
And who?
And her son.
And that little nappy-headed baby. You understand? Go ahead.
For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son.
Like she won't even be around my son. What type of woman that would not understand the prophecy that the Lord has given my husband, and she mocking me? Get her out of here, and the baby. Go ahead. And the son. Go ahead.
Even with Isaac.
Nah, she won't be what? Even with Isaac. She won't even be even with him. It won't be no confrontation about who's gonna be in charge. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's
sight.
sight.
Abraham was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that being your son and your woman tripping. Well, you Salak, if I may. The women get it tripping, you lose your mind. You know what I'm saying? Abraham going through the same thing. Hey, just chill out, man. You know, maybe she just had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Don't do all that. That's my son. You know what I'm saying? He's grievous. This is a man, and your woman is tripping about your son. You know what I'm saying? You gonna bear that as a man. You like, hey, just chill out. You know what I'm saying? He like, and Sarah like, nah, get him out of here. Go ahead.
Because of his son. Verse 12. And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight.
Go ahead.
Because of the lad. Because of thy blood, because of thy bondwoman, and all that Sarah hath said unto thee. Hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
In who?
In Isaac.
In who?
Isaac.
In Isaac shall thy seed be born. So all the brothers out there thinking that, you know, Hagar was somehow part of this thing that we call Israel, or the lineage of Israel. The Most High has stated, guess what? In Isaac shall thy seed be born. You know what I'm saying? Even though Hagar had a son, Ishmael was a physical son. You understand? But the Most High is letting you know right now that this is going to be a spiritual thing that he's going to do for Isaac and his family. You understand? Listen to what your woman said. Don't be worried about it. I've given you the prophecy. Rock on. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. Wagam, Av, Ban, Hama'a, Lagaraya, Hashamanayawa, Kaya, Zara'ai, Hawa'a, Wayashkam, Abara'am, Babakora, Waya, Kwaka, Lakama, Wakamath, Mayama, Wayathan, Al, Agara, Sham, Al, Shakama, Wa'ath, Hayalad, Wayashalaka, Hatalad, Wata'ai, Bamadabara, Ba'ar, Shaba'ai, Wayakalawa, Hamayam, Ma'an, Hakama'ath, Watashalad, Ath, Hayalad, Thakatha, Hakad, Hashayakam, Wathalad, Watashab, Laha, Managada, Hawakakwa, Kamatakaya, Waya, Kwashath, Kaya, Amara'a, Al, Ara'aha, Bamawath, Hayalad, Watashab, Watashabah, Managad, Watasha'ah, Ath, Kwala'ah, Watabana, Wayashma'ah, Alahayim, Ath, Wala, Ana'ara, Alahayim, Al, Agara, Man, Hashemayim, Wa'amor, Laha, Ma'a, Lada, Hagara, Saki, Hagar, Al, the Arayah, Kaya, Shama'ai, Alahayim, Al, Kwala, Hana'ar, Ba'ashar, Hawa'a, Sham, Kwamoya'ah, Shaya'ah, Ath, Ana'ara, Wa'akwak, Zakayawath, Kaya, Kwaya, Ath, Yaralak, Kaya, Kawa, Kaya, Lagawaya, Garawala, Ashayam Nawa. Okay. Wayapakwak, Alahayam, Ath, Ayanaha, Watara'a, Ba'ara, Mayam, Watalad, Watamala'a, Ath, Akama'a, Mayam, Ashatak, Ath, Ana Ira. That's it.
Verse 13, and also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. Verse 14,
Hold on, Salakia. So while Abraham was grieved, the Most High said, "You know what? Chill out. I'm gonna do something for you. I'm gonna make because he is thy son. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what Abraham means, right? What Abraham mean? Father of many nations. So he's letting you know, like this is once again, this is his name. He said, I'm gonna make him a nation. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna make sure he's straight. But this ain't who I want. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I'm kicking you. I'm kicking everybody out. This is who I want right here. Go ahead.
verse 14, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread.
No, it's that Abraham went back and forth. It don't say that at all. Abraham said, Lord, you said it. I got up and I'm gonna do it. You understand? Read on.
And took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away.
He did what?
And sent her away.
Abraham gave her a bottle of water and some bread and say, Lord be with you. Go ahead.
And she departed and wandered the wilderness of Beersheba. And and the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under the shrubs. Verse 16, and she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, let me not see the death of this child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, what aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad. Where is he? Where he is. Verse 18, arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation. Verse 19, and God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink.
All right, go ahead. Once again, the Most High still looked out because this is the prophecy that he told Abraham. You understand? He told his prophet. He said, "I'm gonna look out for your son." And he said, "Who heard the voice? Who heard? What voice did they hear? They heard the voice of the lad. You know what I'm saying? Of the baby, because the Lord said, "I'm gonna make sure he's straight." All right, go ahead. Cool. I think that's it.
You said 21? You said 21? 20. Oh, 20. Slakia. Wayahaya, Alahayim, Ath, Ana Ira, Wayagadala, Wayashab, Wamadabara, Wayahaya, Rabaha, Kwashath, Wayashab, Bamadabara, Pa'aran, Wathakwakwa, La'an, Amawa, Asha, Ma'arataza, Matazarium, Wayahaya, Bayatha, Hawa'a, Wayamar, Abayamalak, Wapayaka, Shara, Tazabayawa, Al, Abara'am, La'amar, Alahayam, Imad, Bakala, Ashar, Atha'a, Aisha'a, Wa'atha'a, Ashabaya Laya Baalahayim Hanaha Tashaquakra Laya Wala Naya Naya Wala Nakadia Kakasad Ashar Ashayathia Iman Ta'asha'a Imadia Wa'aim Ha'rataza Ashar Garata'a Baha 24 Wa'amor Abraham Anakaya Ashabai Wa'ayakak Abraham Ath Abba Malak Al Adawath Ba'ar Amayam Ashar Kazalan Abadaya Abamalak Wa'amor Abamalak La'ah Yada Aitha Maya Aisha'a Ath Adama'ah Slakin Adabara Aza'ah Hagam Atha Laha Agadath Laya Wagam Anakaya La'ah Shama'aithia Balathia Hayawam. All right.
Verse 20. And God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. And it came to pass at that time that Abimelech and Philocolo, the chief captain of his host, spake unto Abraham, saying, God is with thee in all that thou doest. Now therefore swear unto me by God that thou wilt not deal falsely with me.
Right. So he's saying, don't set me up. You know what I'm saying? They all know that the Lord is definitely with this brother. You understand? He is rocking and rolling with Abraham and his family. He is Tawad. You know what I'm saying? The chief of the army. He like, listen, don't look out for me if you can, Baba Kushah. Go ahead.
Khan. Nor with my son, nor with my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done unto thee, thou shalt do unto me into the land wherein thou hast sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear.
See, Salakia, this is another thing that why it's such a honorable and righteous thing that we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Other nations will be able to see how we move and our power is with us. You understand? So we rock and roll with these laws, statutes, and commandments. This going to be the wisdom in the sight of the other nations. When we're not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, they're going to do and treat us however the hell that they want to treat us, man. And that's what we're seeing right now in this empire. Back then, these people were able to see, like, wait a minute, this is a true preaching prophet of the Lord. We go out on them street corners, the other nation that be talking trash, it been countless a number of times I done seen oppressors come up to the camp and say something stupid or say something crazy about, you know what I'm saying, something about the camp, and they walk away 5 to 10 minutes later, they're on the ground somewhere. It always happened like that. Ain't too many times we see somebody who come up against us and not get dealt with in a way that we be like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? We don't always get a chance to see it, but guess what? The Lord has always looked out for his children that are keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. And this is what even he understood that. Guess what? If you are preaching, once you're preaching prophet of the Lord, I know that my generation is going to be blessed even through you by what you do. And just like this empire today, now our people we don't know who we are. We scattered abroad amongst all the four corners of the earth. We don't know our identity, none of those things as a nation of people. But guess what? The entire earth benefits off what we do, no matter what it was. I'm reminded of a cooking show that I seen the other night. It's predominantly oppressor neighborhood, and they was all talking about how good this food had been for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? They crunching out crowds and lines of people that would line up to go to the restaurant, Kowal. And then the guy go back in his name of the show called Dinners, Drive-Ins, and Dives or something like that. What is it? Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, right? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's I watched that it had to do with food. It's a lot, if I may. You know what I'm saying? So it's lines and lines of people who are waiting to get into this diner. But in the kitchen, guess who's in the kitchen? A brother. You understand? It's a brother there getting down, Kowal. You know what I'm saying? And there are lines and lines. And I said, they coming there for this man food, and they probably don't even know who the cook is back in their kitchen now. That's the type of power, and that's how we know the Lord is with us. We have to honor who we are. We got to find out who we are, get back to keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, and these other nations will fall in line. Go ahead.
And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of the well of the water, which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away. And Abimelech said, I wot not who hath done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet heard I of it, but to today.
Right. He said, once again, hey, I know something happened. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have nothing to do with this. I know who you are. You know, whoever did this, that's on them. You understand? That's what's happening. That's why it's such a righteous thing when people be lying on Commander Junior Hunter, and you hear Captain Cesario say, you know, you owed him an apology. You understand? You're going to apologize to this man because you should know who he is. All right, this is the last one, Kowal.
Book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse 27. Wayakwaka, Abraham, Tazaan, Wabakraa, Wayathan, La'abamalak, Wayakarathwan, Shanayaam, Warayath, Wayatazab, Abaraam, Ath, Shabai, Kabashath, Atazaan, Labadawaan, Wayamar, Abaramalak, Al, Abraham, Baha, Hana'ah, Shabai, Kabashath, Ha'ala'ah, Ashar, Hatazabath, Labadana'ah, Wayamar, Kaya, Ath, Shabai, Kabashath, Thakwaka, Mayadaya, Ba'ai Wara, Thahaya, Laya, La'adaha, Kaya, Kaparathwa, Ath, Abara, Azaath, Al, Khan, Kwara'a, Lamakwak Wam, Hahawa'a, Ba'ara, Shabai, Kaya, Sham, Shaba Iwan, Shaba Yaham, Waya Karathwan, Barayath, Baba Ara, Shaba I, Waya Kwam, Abba Malak, Wapayakal, Shara, Tazaba'awa, Wayabawa, Al, Al-Rataza, Palashathium, 33, Wayata'ai, Ashala, Baba Ara, Shaba'ai, Wayakwak Sham, Basham, Yahweh, Al, Awalam.
Come. And Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them unto Abimelech, and the both of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. And Abimelech said unto Abram, what mean these 7 ewe lambs which thou hast set by themselves? And he said, for these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me that I have digged this well. Wherefore he called that Beersheba, because there were because there they swear both of them. Verse 32. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba, and Abimelech rose up, and Phicol, the chief captain of the host of his host, and they returned unto the land of the Philistines. Verse 33. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba, and called thereon the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. Lion Shalom to Israel.
Lion Shalom.
Men of Israel, Almighty, gird thyself and church sword.
Yahweh Shib Yahweh Shabrakiyah.
Yahweh Shib Yahweh Shabrakiyah. Yahweh Shib Yahweh Shabrakiyah. Yahweh Shib Yahweh Shabrakiyah. Yahweh Shib Yahweh Shabrakiyah.
So up here, we're going to turn Sar and face towards the east, part the show. Do the prayers in the Hebrew and in English.
Lord's Prayer. Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayah. Kodash. Ayah. Shakah. Yahweh. Malakaka. Tabah. Ratazayah. Ayah. Asha. Maratza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashmai. Mathanana. Come, Ka, Yawa, Waslagna, Abwatina, Kaslagna, Abwatina, Wala, Kabiana, Benasai Wa, Abba, Abshana, Maya, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amlaka, Wahala, Waka, Lawalam. Amen. Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, and forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Yahweh, Bashimi Haushah, Babashah, Nathanael, Ka, Rapa'ah, Ka Marawa, Aka, Latahar, Hamatazrai, Aka, Lahaki, Amaki, Aka, Lakawa, Tamala, Lagar Shun, Bashimi Haushah, the water. Hakad, the power in English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah, give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah? Why Maka'ala? Why Lahaya? Tazbayah. Alawapi Hana. Why Alawapi? Hasarani. Hakosayan. Hakoyoyi. Why Kawati? Yahweh. Bashimi Haushah. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commander General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Asha, Ayanya, Ahari, Mahayan, Yabaa, Azari, Ayan, Yahweh, Asha, Shamayam, Raratiza, Ayatan, Lamawat, Galka, Rayanwan, Samar, Rayla, Yanawan, Walaha, Yashan, Yashmar, Yashal, Yahweh, Mark, Yahweh, Zalka, Ayah, Yamika, Yawamam, Yashmash, Layaka, Rayara, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashmar, Atara, Yashmar, Askapashka, Yahweh, Yashmar, Lazaka, Walaka, Rayata, Lawanam. Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills, for which come to my help. My help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yashala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh that saith upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and thee forevermore. Alahaya, Atama'a, Atakarash, Atashquat, Al, Ayana, Ayabika, Yamanawam, Nayash, Anamaka, Naira, Shabada, Wayata, Yaratiza, Altazapamwaka, Awa, Nakawat, Akaki, Gagwa, Why that's the call? Sham Yashal. Dawada. Ayah. Waratza. Abba. Akawa. Yayaka. Gariah. Yakaratwa. Alaha. Adawan. Wayashimai. Alahai. Rababa. Agaria. Abal. Warawat. Mamalat. Yaisha. Yabishaka. Kazawa. Yam Yashua. Alawa. Ama. Arawat. Narawat. Bailawat. Salat. Ashalaham. Amadi. Sarai. Yabi. Yanakal. Nagashwa. Shabu. Ataira. Taira. Yama. Yanama. Shawatamba. Ayaraba. Kawaba. Kazaba. Kazaba. Ta. Yana. Dai Shamba. Asham. Amawat. Tairash. Anawat. Ah. Taiwan. Alahaya. Alahaya. Shabatamba. Megaliga. Wash. Wakayaka. Ahash. Tabi Iri. Wakalagaba. Alahat. Maryam. Atawadaba. Yasari. Wabasa. Napata. Kawalam. Walaat. Banyu. Kawan. Tabakwashwa. Shimka. Yahaw. Yabashu. Rabadawat. Yai. Watabara. Rababwa. Hayataiwa. Gayata. Shimka. Yahaw. Abadi. Laiwa. Alkajurat. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence. O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still. O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They have hate, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They have consulted against the hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yashala may be in no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They are hope in the children of Lot. Say, Lot, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, and to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Keson, where perished at Endor, that became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Horeb and like Sahel. Yea, all their princes, as Abba and as Abba, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. Oh, our power, make them like a wheel and stumble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy shame, Salaki, with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So.
Israel will give one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat, body, rock, Yahweh Shem Yahshua
How about Shem Yahshua Thumb?
Yahweh Top.
Blessings.